Hello and welcome to Easy English for Everyone. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Ethan. This is the podcast where we just have a normal, everyday conversation, so you can listen, relax, and pick up natural English along the way.
That's right. No grammar lessons, no vocabulary lists, just two friends talking. And today's topic is one that I think a lot of people can relate to.
Yes, today we're talking about weekend versus weekday schedules. Like, how different does your life feel on a Monday compared to a Saturday?
So different. I honestly feel like I'm a completely different person on the weekend.
Ha, same. Okay, so let's get into it. Lauren, why don't you start? What does a typical weekday look like for you?
Okay, so a typical weekday for me, it starts early. My alarm goes off at 6:30, and honestly, I am not a morning person, so the first 10 minutes I'm just lying there trying to convince myself to get up.
Ugh, I know that feeling so well. That moment where you're like, okay, just 5 more minutes, and then it turns into 20.
Exactly. And then I have to rush. I make a quick coffee, get dressed, and I'm out the door by 7:15. On weekdays, I don't really have time to sit down and enjoy breakfast.
Do you eat breakfast at all, or do you just skip it?
I usually grab something small, like a banana or a piece of toast. Nothing fancy. What about you? What's your morning routine like on weekdays?
My weekday mornings are pretty structured too. I wake up at 6, actually. I like to do a short workout before work, just like 20 minutes, nothing intense, but it really helps me wake up and feel more focused.
Oh, that's impressive. I keep telling myself I'm going to start doing that, but it never happens.
Honestly, it took me about 3 months to make it a habit. The first few weeks were really hard, but now, if I skip it, I feel off for the rest of the day.
Interesting. So the structure actually helps you feel better.
Yeah, totally. I think that's one thing I kind of like about weekdays. Even though they're busy, there is a routine. You know what to expect. You get up, you do your thing, you go to work or whatever you're doing that day, and there's a certain comfort in that.
That's a really good point. I used to hate the routine, but now I actually find it kind of reassuring. Like, the schedule takes away decisions. You don't have to think too hard about what you're doing next.
Exactly. There's less mental energy spent on figuring out your day. It's all already mapped out.
Right. So after the morning rush, how does the rest of your weekday look? Are you working from home or going somewhere?
I go into an office a few days a week. I usually leave around 5 or 5:30. Then I get home, make dinner or order in if I'm tired, and then I just decompress. Watch something, read a bit, and I'm in bed by 10.
10? That's early.
I know, I'm an old man, but I sleep so much better when I have a consistent bedtime.
No, that's actually really healthy. I'm more of a night owl on weekdays. I tend to stay up until 11 or midnight. I always think I'll use the evening to be productive, but I usually just end up scrolling on my phone and then going to bed.
Doom scrolling is such a trap. I had to actually put my phone in another room to stop doing that.
Maybe I need to try that. Okay, so weekdays, we agree, busy, structured, a bit rushed sometimes, but there's a rhythm to it.
Exactly. And then the weekend comes and everything changes.
Ah, the weekend. I have such a love for weekends. Okay, so first of all, I do not set an alarm on the weekend. That is my one rule.
Yes, same. Well, mostly. Sometimes I wake up early anyway, just out of habit, which is incredibly annoying.
Ah, I hate when that happens. Your body just wakes you up at 6:30 on a Saturday and you're like, "Why?"
Right, like your internal alarm clock doesn't know it's the weekend.
Exactly. But on a good weekend, I sleep until 8, maybe 8:30, and then I take my time getting up. I make a proper breakfast, like eggs, toast, fruit, coffee, and I actually sit down and eat it. No rushing.
That sounds so nice. I do something similar. Saturday mornings are really special to me. I go to this little farmer's market near my apartment. It's only open on Saturday mornings. And I like to walk around, get some fresh fruit and vegetables, maybe a pastry.
Oh, that sounds really lovely. Is it a big market or a small one?
It's pretty small, actually, maybe 20 or 30 stalls, but it has a really nice atmosphere. People are relaxed, there's usually someone playing music. It just puts me in a good mood for the whole weekend.
I love that. I feel like weekends have a totally different energy, right? People smile more, nobody's rushing to get somewhere.
Yes, there's this general sense of relief, I think. Like we made it through the week and now we get to breathe.
Totally. So, what else do you do on weekends? Do you have things you plan, or do you prefer to just go with the flow?
I like a mix of both, to be honest. I usually have one or two things planned, like maybe dinner with friends, or catching a movie, or going for a hike, but I also like to leave big, open pockets of time where I don't have to be anywhere or do anything specific.
I'm similar. I need that unscheduled time. I think that's what makes weekends feel restorative. You're not just switching from work tasks to fun tasks, you're actually giving your brain a chance to wander.
That's a great way to put it. What kinds of things do you like to do with that free time?
Honestly, it depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll go for a long walk and listen to a podcast. Sometimes I'll read or call a friend I haven't talked to in a while. Or I'll just putter around the house, tidying up, reorganizing things, which sounds boring, but I find really satisfying.
No, I totally get that. There's something therapeutic about cleaning or organizing. Like you're creating order in your physical space, and it makes your mind feel clearer too.
Exactly. Plus, on weekdays, I never have time for that stuff. So the weekend becomes like catch up time for life admin, laundry, groceries, any errands I've been putting off.
Oh, yes, the life admin. That's so real. The weekend is when I actually deal with all the things that piled up during the week.
So here's a question. If you had to choose, would you rather have the structure of weekdays or the freedom of weekends?
Oh, that's tough. Honestly, I think I need both. If every day felt like a weekend, totally unstructured, I'd probably feel a bit lost after a while. I think I need that rhythm and purpose that weekdays give me.
That's interesting. I feel the same way. I've had periods where I didn't have a regular schedule between jobs or during a long vacation, and at first it was amazing. But after a week or two, I started to feel kind of aimless, like I wasn't accomplishing anything.
Yes, there's something about having responsibilities and a structure that gives you a sense of meaning, I think, even if in the moment you're complaining about how busy you are.
Right, and then weekends feel really special and earned because of that contrast.
Exactly. The weekend feels good partly because it's different from the week.
I think that's a really healthy way to look at it. Work hard during the week, rest and play on the weekend. Although I will say, I think the line has gotten blurry for a lot of people, especially people who work from home.
Oh, absolutely. When your home is also your office, it can be hard to mentally switch off on weekends. You see your laptop sitting there and you think, oh, I should just check those emails real quick.
And then an hour passes and you've spent half your Saturday working.
Exactly. I've had to create some pretty firm rules for myself about that. Like, I won't open my work laptop on Sunday at all. That's a hard boundary.
That's really important. I try to do the same. I think protecting your weekend is something you have to be deliberate about, especially these days when work can follow you everywhere through your phone.
Totally. The technology that's supposed to make our lives easier can also make it really hard to disconnect.
Yeah, it's something a lot of people are thinking about. How to create a healthier relationship with work and rest.
Do you have any tips? Things that have helped you personally?
For me, having a Saturday morning ritual really helps, like that walk or that slow breakfast. It signals to my brain that this is the weekend. We are not in work mode. And I try to avoid looking at work emails until at least Monday morning.
That's great. I think rituals are really powerful for that reason. They send a message to your brain about what mode you're in.
And I also try to make sure there's something I'm genuinely looking forward to on the weekend, even something small, a nice dinner or seeing a friend or trying a new coffee shop. It helps me appreciate the weekend while it's happening.
I love that. Rather than just waiting for the week to end, you're actually building things to look forward to.
Right, because weekends go by so fast. Friday evening arrives and you're excited, and then suddenly it's Sunday night and you're like, where did it go?
Sunday evening is its own thing, isn't it? That kind of melancholy feeling as the weekend winds down.
The Sunday Scaries!
Yes, that's such a common feeling. This little anxiety that starts to creep in Sunday afternoon about the week ahead.
I get it sometimes. I've gotten better at managing it. I think it helps to end Sunday on a positive note, like a nice meal or calling family or doing something cozy, rather than just dreading Monday.
That's really good advice. Reframe Sunday evening as part of the weekend rather than the start of the dread.
Exactly. And honestly, having something to look forward to on Monday helps too. Even something small like a good cup of coffee or a nice lunch.
Small things matter so much.
I love this conversation. I feel like we could talk about schedules and routines forever.
Same. It's one of those topics that seems simple on the surface, but actually connects to so much. Well-being, work-life balance, what makes us feel fulfilled.
Exactly. And I hope for our listeners, hearing us chat about this has given you some ideas too, or at least some new English phrases and vocabulary to take away.
Yes, things like go with the flow, life admin, doom scrolling, the Sunday Scaries, these are all really common expressions in everyday English.
So listen back if you want to catch any phrases you might have missed. That's one of the great things about podcasts. You can replay them as many times as you like.
Absolutely. And the more you listen to natural conversations, the more your brain will start to absorb the patterns and rhythms of English.
That's the whole idea behind this podcast, learning through listening in a fun and relaxed way.
We really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please share it with a friend who is also learning English. That's one of the best ways to help us grow.
And if you have a topic you'd like us to talk about in a future episode, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach us through our social media pages.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. It really means a lot.
It does. And remember, every time you listen, you're practicing your English. So even relaxing counts as learning.
I love that. All right, that's all from us today. Take care of yourselves, enjoy your weekend or your weekday wherever you are in the world.
And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.